2 mixes. I suppose there's not much room around here. It's going to be very choke pointy. Be interesting to see if anyone goes Cortex for the Recluses, which is an all-terrain spider bot, for those that don't know. Waiting for Jazz Cash to ready up at this point. And here we are.
This is definitely going to be a very interesting match. Now I've said that, it's going to be a really boring one. So, whoops,
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
say it's a really boring one now, and then it'll be really interesting.
I would love to see a rush to wall off the middle with Dragon's Teeth and have a proper no man's land there, and then unexpected bombing run.
So
That's what I'd love to see.
I'm
Bots
just
for
hoping
Jazz Cash?
unexpected spider bots to go over the mountains.
Oh,
awesome.
that'd be good. That would. I'd be interested to see actually if we're going to get, if it goes defensive, are we going to get one of the players self-destruct their comm for the metal?
So we have
Risky.
Fleas crossing the central border from Subutai. Interesting how I think was it Flash, has he started building a factory yet? I'm going.
Yeah.
bots.
So what he did was he donated 3 wind to Sabotai, so that Sabotai didn't need to build the wind, so he could just start pumping out the fleas sooner. And look at the damage they're doing.
Going straight for the mexes. One gone
Yeah.
already. It
Is
survived
it
the
really worth it though?
If the
Maybe
players
not.
weren't of this skill level, I'd imagine it would unhinge lesser players, but players
Yeah.
of this caliber, they're used to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to be thrown off balance by it. So
No.
I guess it's just whether they manage to get a nice kill, distract the enemy, but
Flash is sending a lot of extra metal here to Sabotai, as he only has 2 extractors. Pushing out a bunch of engineers right now, though.
oh, on a peewee. Oh, ran straight into the commander.
Sabotai's commander, the only commander to actually leave the base, though, at this point.
Yeah.
If he can get a couple of LLTs down in the middle, that will lock it down until people
Yeah.
start getting Roccos.
Also, if he places them slightly further forwards, he can deny Southside that mex.
Indeed. There are a lot of fleas getting through, though, and Flash does not have an LLT in his base.
No, he does have a commander and a couple of peewees though.
I'm a bit worried about that mex he just built as well. It's not protected. He sort of built it on the way, but
I think the idea is that he's going to now make it protected just by blocking this bit off.
it's a missed opportunity to snipe it.
They'll probably get it now by the looks of it.
I was checking.
Yeah. No,
No,
they're going to get intercepted.
It's a drone Pee-wee coming around the back.
I'm surprised no one's swapping to vehicles yet to get some artillery to bust through the inevitable static defences. Oh, that drone Pee-wee's doing very good job.
Oh, that's a lot of sight.
Oh, it's huge.
That is Sabotai's most of his wind generation gone.
Yeah, if you look at the eco in the top right, you'll see that energy for the blue-green guys, Flash and Sabotai, is not looking good right now. Bear in mind that Sabotai was relying on that for his own wind as well. And he's now trying to build a radar, which is very energy intensive. Or very expensive.
and his lasers are the light laser towers have got energy problems, as is the
Yeah.
mexes. So
Roccos
this is the
are
time to
already
strike.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. You don't even need to outrange with Roccos, you just charge Pee-wees in at this stage. Drone moving his commander up. Jazz Cash following suit. Now, if those commanders are close to each other and one of them goes up, the other one goes up too. It's worth bearing that in mind. That would be a very favourable trade, Sabotage Com, for both of theirs.
So I think Sabotage was quite clever in moving his Peewees up to the Roccos and having this little battle on their side to draw attention away when they were energy starved.
Oh yeah, completely.
You notice that Flash still has not built one of the mexes in his base? Because he's reviving them.
Yeah.
Why build when you can revive?
Indeed.
Another thing to note is that Sabotage is doing a lot of the reclaim in his base, whereas both Jazzcash and Drone, and even Flash himself, have not really even bothered with any of the reclaim.
Almost all the reclaim on this map is energy, so they've got loads of energy at the moment. Why would they bother, is the way I'd look at it.
That's true.
Yeah. Sabotage commanders at 60%. Drone and Jazzcash both at full health at the moment.
Stood still. That's not good.
Yeah,
An unnecessary rocket to the chest.
Yeah.
Oh, couple
Another
more hits.
two.
Just above 50% now.
It's definitely going to have to
Arrows
pull
are out.
back.
Yeah.
The Rectors are being rather cheeky there.
Yeah. Well, you've got to be cheeky. In it to win it. That's what I was always told.
No guts, no glory.
That's also another way of describing it, yeah. I do like that both Drone and Jazzcash's commanders have been up the front for a while. Flash has obviously now joined them. But this could end very quickly, very suddenly.
This is kind of what I thought would have happened on Cape Violet, where they were all gathering, and I thought this is either going to be a very long game or a very short game. It went very long.
One thing I find interesting is that both teams all went ARM. There's a very strong favouritism to ARM in PvP.
I think a lot of people consider ARM to be the stronger for tier 1 fights, and this map being a smaller map, a lot of it will be tier 1, if not all of it. I'm not seeing any indication that anyone's even considering tier 2. Though Flash is making a vehicle swap, so there's always that. But yeah, I think ARM is considered to be more powerful. If it is or isn't, I don't know.
There's partly the AK's going to be quite energy heavy, and I guess that, you know, if you're hoping to keep your energy consumption down like Flash and Supertide, then probably didn't want tons of AKs on the
Yeah.
field.
There's also a nice beamer going up on the hill there from Drone.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh yeah, it's a beamer. Yes.
I'd have loved to see a heavy laser going up there, because that would actually no, that wouldn't reach as much as I was thinking. And I don't think there's anywhere they can put a Guardian on these hills. No, there's not.
We must see a Guardian.
We're not going to see a Guardian, not this game for sure.
Now we said it.
Sorry.
20 seconds later, a Guardian starts getting built.
Yeah, that's imagine Ragnar pounding the desk like, no Guardians!
Just saw a Janus kill its own vectors there.
Yep, that's one of the downsides of Janus's. So the counter to Janus's is to throw really cheap units right at their face. That reminds me, the other reason that ARM is considered very powerful is the Flea. The Flea is really strong. ARM core has nothing to compare it with.
Yeah, I think there's been talks about maybe creating some sort of a parallel, because it is such a heavy swing in the choice for ARM core. The Flea unit.
I would love to see Core getting a different bot that fulfills a different role. Ooh, yeah, Flash playing with fire there.
I'd love to see it right now. Surprise bomb, air bomb made. A surprise com drop on top of it.
That would work very nicely. Drone looks like he's going to be swapping over to vehicles soon. Unsurprisingly, Metal is near enough neck and neck, though Flash and Sabotage aren't spending nearly as much of it at the moment.
I think that's showing in they're being pushed back from through the pass.
Oh, completely.
Sabotage is walking very far forward,
That is, yeah, that's brave.
dodging all of the rockets.
He was watching Pitax and going, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, if Taku can do it, so can I.
Whereas Flash, on the other hand, is standing still, trying to repair.
quickly for those wondering, Taku and Pickaxe are the same person.
Yeah,
in
sorry,
case you're
we have
wondering the different pronunciations.
Yes, we have this notorious habit of pronouncing people by different names. So yes, that is a good clarification. Try to remember Taku. But it's not. When I see his name in my head, it's
Oh,
not.
Flash's commander. Oh, so I thought he was going to keep on walking towards those Rockos and die.
Both Flash and Sabotage commanders are very low. Keep trying to build LLTs and they're just not going to get built.
So here we can see the power of the artillery. If you just shell an area, then you can deny it to your opponent quite easily. And the Stumpy's ability to hit and run, really powerful. They've got good range compared to bots. They've got a lot of health, and they're relatively fast. So at this point, I would expect the Stumpy's should be able to start pushing it back. They require a lot of the micro from the Rockos from Jazz Cash is excellent. Drone gave Jazz Cash all of his Rockos, so Jazz Cash had micro them all as one, and Drone could focus on other stuff. Brilliant idea.
Oh wow, that is such a well-placed radar tower. You basically see everything on the ground. Seeing everything on the ground.
Another thing to note right now, Sabotage has reclaimed his factory and has basically floating all of his economy to Flash.
He's floated, but he's not transferring it yet. He's building up his economy, which if he doesn't reinvest it is a bad idea.
He has a plan, no doubt.
He's building air defense.
Yeah, he's expecting an air attack, but so far there's no indication that's happening. Drone again has built a tier 1 factory. One tier 1 factory. He's not reclaimed the other one despite not using it. I feel like this is a mistake on his part again.
Do you think he considers it for, flexibility?
Possibly. Like, the only thing I'm just thinking there is why would he want to swap back to bots at this stage, except for resurrection bots, which he's not using.
Well, it's like what you were talking about by being able to spam out a load of PVs or something to be able to, if you see an opportunity to suddenly run through, a gap, they're tiny, so they could basically run along the cliff edge. If you could just push the main battle just enough, then a few PVs could run around.
I don't see it happening on this map. If you can push their line back, you've probably won at that stage anyway. Like,
he may be planning potentially Tech 2 bots instead of Tech 2 land if it goes on for too long. So this way he can keep the factory and just build an engineer.
He's still got the 2 engineers there. I think we're giving too much credit. I think he's just forgotten it. I do like that he's just pumped out a load of artillery, like 10 artillery. Yeah, if he starts shelling where the Stumpies are, they're going to start to really cause damage, and I think they're going to win the game at that stage.
The Stumpy's already heavy damage. Sabotage looks like he might be just going to suicide.
I think he was hoping to blow up a load of their army with his comm.
Nicely dodged. Maybe part of what he's doing there is he seems to be drawing the fire and attention, and he can dodge. So he might be a time-buying exercise there.
Possibly. I like that Drone brought up the Januses once he saw the commander. That was a brilliant idea.
Shame that 2 of them died for it.
Yeah, wasn't quite the result he was looking for.
No, it was a nice idea though. It just didn't go the way he planned. Now, we've got Flash building a radar jammer on the left-hand side here to stop the artillery bombardment or to hinder it. Unfortunately, I was going to say, there's only so many places units can be. You can attack ground with the artillery quite easily. So I don't see that having the effect he's hoping for. Oh, Flash's commander starting to win. Yeah, he's forced back the Rockos. So Jazz Cash still just pushing out Rockos.
Fairly even in, it looks fairly even in terms of numbers. The Rockos, the Stumpies can get close. The Rockos are just going to tear apart what's there.
Completely.
The thing is, they're just sitting at range. But if they just stay at range, they're just going to get destroyed. Like, you need to kind of go for it.
I would love to see someone going aircraft and just using a VTOL drop to drop 5 things in the enemy base. Not even a bombing run, just using VTOLs to drop some stuff. Would be fun. I've done it a few times.
if you dropped Commander right on top of Jazz Cash, that's their entire army and a Commander gone and a massive hole in their front.
Yeah. Good luck getting. I suppose yeah, there's no AA there. Yeah.
Yeah, no AA like at all really. You can go along the cliffs are going to cover you from most AA until you're on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are anti-air towers. They seem to be positioned to stop you trying to fly something over to the base while the heavy fighting's going on in the middle. Though Flash hasn't done the same as Subutai there, so they're still
Subutai still
vulnerable.
doesn't have a factory. He has still got no factory at all. And that heavy laser turret is a massive waste against all this artillery.
Yeah, gone already.
Complete waste. Eco-wise, Flash and Sabotage are 1k ahead in metal. So basically negligible, it's 28k.
He keeps just getting all of his stumpies and takes too much damage.
Yeah.
So in Flash and Subutai's position, what would be the best move for them now?
I would say getting Samsons and artillery themselves, forcing a stalemate, and then breaking it by either going tier 2 or air. Those are the two things I would suggest. There's no other way you're breaking through at this stage. And they're losing the war of attrition.
Seeing suggestion of just mass stumpies and then just throw them all in there.
So the risk there is that because of the amount of splash damage from all that artillery, the stumpies would actually take serious damage, and he's not built up anywhere near the critical mass needed to push through. They could do it. They could push through really hard from one side and then just carry on going, and the artillery's not going to chase them. Well, isn't it? Well, they can try, it won't manage, and they could win that way. But bear in mind, Jazz Cash's commander's there. He just needs to start de-gunning, and the stumpies all go missing.
Thing is, he's already losing loads of stumpies here for nothing.
Yeah.
So surely it's better to run, like he's lost 3 stumpies there, realistically 4 or 5 stumpies there, for nothing. You may as well have ran those in and tried to do something with them.
Completely agree.
Or what they could also do right now is get some fleas and have fleas on a patrol route from the factory going left to right, left to right, left to right, so that all this artillery is shooting at something else but his units.
Yeah. Oh, right. So now what he's doing is he's cloaked his commander, but he doesn't have the... Oh, I thought he didn't have the energy for it. Unfortunately, the commander is going to be visible in a moment. He's going to self-destruct it. Oh!
That's ballsy.
Oh, Jazz Cash's commander got injured but not killed. It was just on the edge. Right, now he needs to...
If he didn't get the commander, was it worth it?
It depends what he does.
A lot of the forces are dead now.
It depends what he does in the next 30 seconds. He's dead. He's screwed. Drone has a bunch of stumpies that he's brought in. Jazz Cash's commander is completely fine and safe. He's lost that commander for nothing. He may get the reclaim for it because he's got constructors nearby, but that was still a bit of a waste, I feel. He took out all the artillery and the Roccos. Jazz Cash is rebuilding his bot lab for some reason. I wasn't aware he moved it. Better than why.
He's going to get all that eco. He got all of them. Well, Jazz Cash tried to de-gun the wreck. Didn't get it in time.
Oh, good attempt.
Sabotage's gone back to building the factory. Now it's starting to mass hammers.
Drone is spamming fleas. Not the back and forth ones that you were thinking of, but just pushing them forwards. Gives them constant vision. Defeats the radar jammer.
All those stumpies are grouping up.
Drone's commander is cloaked. I would imagine that those fleas have seen Sabotage's commander, and Drone is thinking, right, if I can get close, I can swap commanders, we win.
I think Sabotage and Flash right now have more units there. They try and push through. I mean, there's just artillery. Like, there's a few stumpies, but nowhere near as much. Some LLTs, but they have their artillery of their own.
But what that sacrifice has done is it's allowed Flash to Subutai to push back now.
Yeah.
But is it enough?
Well, there's a much larger critical mass of stumpies, but he's dithering too much. And that's allowing the artillery to score some serious hits on them.
There's also tons of wrecks in the middle, although he's got the construction vehicles coming in to do the reclaim.
One thing to note though is that the bottom team haven't really been building up too much of an eco. Drone has actually pretty much stopped building eco at this point.
The bases are interesting, right?
Yeah, whereas the top team is continuing to build eco throughout. If they keep it this way, then they're going to outscale. Oh, a very, very quick Tech 2 factory there.
Where's this?
Right in the front line. Sabotage.
Oh my goodness. This could be a decider. If he starts pumping it, he's pumping out Fidos now.
Flash has stopped building. He's sending all of his metal to Sabotage.
He even reclaimed his tier 1 lab. I was going to say, Tarnish, quickly zoom out slightly so that the spectators can see, what are these bases looking like?
Oh, right, yes. So while this is going on, look at that.
I'll tell you what happens mid.
All of this here with blue, green, smashed out, and then contrast that with yellow. It's very, very underdeveloped in comparison. Also with Jazz Cash, also seemingly underdeveloped in comparison, although Jazz has queued more windmills, but it is quite a stark difference. There you are again, those up there, they're quite a bit more heavily invested in their eco, and I think that's what's kept them in the game.
We've got 6 Fidos up right now, starting to push back.
Yeah, those Fidos are going to cause serious problems.
Don't even know if they realise that there's Tech 2 there yet.
They probably do. They'll have seen them by now. But the Fidos are much better than the Stumpies for this because they're so manoeuvrable. They can turn around faster. I think they've got longer range. Just better in every way, really, for this role.
It's very risky having that Tech 2 factory so far forward though.
I was going to say, that is incredibly risky. Now, Jazz, Cash and Drone, they need to sort something out or they're in serious trouble, because the economy advantage will start to swing.
Do they realise that there's a T2 bot factory?
They do.
Basically a stone's throw away from...
They can see it. There's a ghostly outline if you spectate Jazz Cash. So they must realise it. They're probably struggling to think, okay, well, what
Jazz
can we
Cash
do
is
to
trying to
quickly?
suicide himself to get rid of the Fidos.
Yeah. Problem is he forgot to build the jammer.
Oh yeah, they can still see him.
Yep, he's dead. Oh! That seems about 50-50 on what got taken out there, to be honest.
He does not have the units to stop
No.
that reclaim though.
I think this is going to game 3. I can't see how the FX brothers are going to manage this. I've no idea if they are brothers or not, but I'm going to say it for now.
They're brothers in arms.
They are, that's fair.
Seeing some of Drone's artillery actually destroy some of Jazz Cash's advancing forces. But yeah, if they manage to secure that commander and take that wreck...
Drone is well aware of who picked these maps. It was Taku. I think Drone is kind of giving up at this stage. I can't blame him. He's lost all of his artillery. They're fighting against tier 2. They have got approximately half the metal income of the opposing team at this point. And that's just from a few tier 2 mexes. And all those wind and metal makers.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a constant 19, 18. We're about to go into an energy stall maybe. As wind's dropping substantially. It's not like Fidos really need energy to fire, so...
Yep, Drone's bowed out, that's it. I'd imagine Jazz Cash will follow shortly. Yep, there we are. GG.
Wow.
There we go, so it will now go to the 3rd match.
Yep, which I'm just going to sort out in a moment. Try to find the list of maps. I pasted it in here.
Yeah, I rifted.
Is it rifted? Is
That's
it?
for the final, isn't it?
Is it or is it a different? Is it a different set for
Castello.
bronze?
Callisto, rather.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Is it? Oh, it's 2 L's. It'd be easier if I can spell that. There we are. Ah, this map. This is definitely an interesting map.
I have never
Sorry, I've
seen
got-
this map before.